anyways, there's the front. You got Chase McCann in the front. Got the back. And the side. And this game is going to remain a Wii U exclusive. I don't care what people say. People keep saying that we're going to get it, or that, you know, PS3 or 360 is going to get it, just like they got all the Lego games. But people fail to realize that Nintendo published this, and they helped, like, oversee it and crap, and a lot of it was made with the gamepad in mind. Chase McCann even used the gamepad in the game. Plus, there's Nintendo references and everything. So, to make a port for the other systems, you'd have to take all the Nintendo stuff out, which would take more work with the game's code and more time and money, and they're not going to do that when the game's been selling great for the Wii U and it's going to sell great on the 3DS. So people who keep saying, oh, we'll get it on 360 and PS3, you're not going to. And then for the fanboys who keep saying, oh, it's a kiddie game, blah 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 blah, or whatever, and it's like, video games started off being Mario and Pac-Man and a bunch of kiddie looking stuff. You know what, it's all a match tip. Grow up. You don't need to say what's kiddie and what's mature. This looks awesome though. So now we fast forward to November 22nd, 2016, and I can safely say I was wrong. 3.5 years later, I was wrong. I can admit when I'm wrong. You know, I'm a man of my word. I'm very honorable. I admit my own mistakes. I was wrong. Lego City Undercover, multi-platform, Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC versions, all coming spring of 2017. Yeah. So as you can see here, I still got it. Complete. Same copy I unboxed 3.5 years ago. Now, the purpose of this video is it's mostly like a rant. I wanted to say like my exact thoughts on this, and quite honestly, if you really think about it, this is going to stay the definitive version. You can actually get this game now for $19.99. Why? It's a Nintendo Selects title. It has been a Nintendo Selects title for quite a few months now. Yeah, so you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be released probably at $40 on PS4 and Xbox One and Switch and stuff. But it's like I said, I was wrong. It finally did come multi-plat, despite the Nintendo partnership and backing behind it. But I was right in a couple things. One being the fact that all that Nintendo content that's in here, it's going to have to be taken out for those multi-platform versions. It might stay in for the Switch version, but all the gameplay elements with the gamepad, that's going to stay strictly on this. And there was a lot of stuff, from mapping, from the gyro, you know, different menu management, a lot of stuff. And a lot of people are saying like, oh, load times will be better on this one. There's a lot of games on PS4 and Xbox One that don't have the best load times. Uncharted, as much as I love Uncharted, it takes a while to load. There's many times where I sit there 30 seconds to a minute just waiting, especially at some of the PS3 ones. So you got to really think, is it going to be really that improved, especially for a port? You may get, you know, upscale 4K on your PS4 Pro or whatever, but is it worth all that cut content? Is it worth that $40 price tag? Is it worth, like, especially talking to the bashers, the haters, the fanboys, is it worth paying $40 for a game that 3 and 4 years ago you were bashing as kiddie or as shovelware or another Lego game? You know what I mean? Like, you gotta fast forward. Let's rewind. Gotta rewind back to the 6th generation. We're talking GameCube, PS2, Xbox. And Lego Star Wars came out. Very popular. A lot of gamers loved it. A lot of non-gamers loved it. A lot of people loved it. They came out with other Lego games too, and people were loving them. As soon as this was announced as Lego City Stories back in E3 2011, exclusively for Wii U, when they first announced the Wii U, it was on stage, E3 2011, Nintendo's presentation. When it was first announced as Lego City Stories, a lot of people started saying, oh, too many little games. There's too many. We're done with that. It's kiddie and shovelware, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people were actually saying that. Game came out, sold pretty well. it sold pretty well for a Wii U game. A lot of people say it is one of the best Wii U games, but you still have a lot of people that missed out on it for the specific fact that it was a Wii U exclusive. And some of those same people had previously bought Lego Star Wars on their Xbox and PlayStation 2s just, a generation or two ago. You know what I mean? So you have a lot of those people who are now, after bashing it, now they're going to come back on board and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to get it for my system now, And it's just like, I don't know, like, I'm glad there's other people who finally get to experience it, but let's be clear, it is not going to be the full experience because of that gameplay that's on the Wii U. That's going to stay exclusive to the Wii U. And you can say, oh, I don't care about gamepad features, I don't care about blah, 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 I don't care about the Nintendo stuff. You may not care about it, but it's still the definitive version, and you're going to be paying more for the copy. It may go down to $20, several months after it comes out, but if you're going there day one, it's going to be $40 minimum. I mean, let's be honest, it's going to be $40 minimum. And, it's just you're going to pay more for a gimped version of a game that some people complained about when it was first announced. I don't understand that. I really don't. This also goes back to the whole Switch thing of we're getting more ports, more ports. Where's all the people that, okay, like especially for the Wii U games. Wii U games are getting, it seems like they're getting a lot of ports, whether it's the 3DS, whether it's other platforms, so on and so forth. The same thing happened with Zombie U. People hated Zombie U when it came out. A lot of people claimed it was a Resident Evil ripoff, it was this or that, blah, blah. As soon as they re-released it as just Zombie on PS4 and Xbox One, and I think PC, I think it was on PC as well, several people jumped on board. There was actually people saying, oh, I bought it for Wii U and then sold it with my Wii U, and I didn't like it, now I'm going to give it a second chance, and blah, blah, blah. It's like, you didn't like it the first time. I mean, come on. And again, that was another game that was very gamepad heavy. It was made for the gamepad in mind. Now you're going to play it with a regular controller when it wasn't made for that. It's a gimped version. Let's just face facts. It is a gimped version no matter which way you look at it. The fact of the matter is, what about the GameCube? GameCube was a commercial failure for Nintendo as well. Not as bad as the Wii U, but pretty close. It's their second worst selling. Wii U is like 13.5, something like that million. GameCube, I think, is set at 22. So similar. And there's a lot of games on GameCube that have not been ported over. You know what I mean? Like Batten Kaitos, Mario Sunshine. I mean, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. I mean, it's there's a lot of games. If we go back to third parties, you got things like Lost Kingdom. You have things like what's that one game? Piano 3 from Capcom. There's several games that are Eternal Darkness. Eternal Darkness is a big one that a lot of people loved, and it hasn't been ported. The Wii U is getting all these ports, and I'm trying to understand why all the Wii U's games are being ported over, and now everyone's jumping on board with these ports, and I don't understand it. I don't think a lot of the same people who complained about it before are deserving of getting it on their systems now. That's just me. Call me a dick, whatever. But it's just, if you're going to be a fanboy and complain and bash the game when it's not on your system of choice, and now it's on your system of choice 3.5 years later, now all of a sudden you're like, oh, that's cool, can't wait to check it out. That's hypocritical. You're doing a complete 180 for no reason other than the fact that you were blindly defending your company and your system of choice over all others. It's just, exclusives exist for a reason, and I just think this is a game that should have been kept exclusive. At least if they wanted to port it, at least keep it on Switch. I don't understand. It's not gonna sell that well on PS4 and Xbox One. If it does sell well, I'll make another video saying I'm wrong. Because like I said, I can admit when I'm wrong. There's one more piece I want to talk about. This game, which I also have, Lego City Undercover: The Chase Begins. A lot of people dismiss this game as a gimped port of the Wii U version on 3DS or whatever. And in some ways, I guess I can see that because it is the same like city, and there are areas that are more cut off in the Wii U version. It doesn't run as well, but the content and story are all brand new. It is a prequel to this. I own both of these. This is a prequel to this. So unless they make this like some upscaled HD port DLC or something for the new versions, you're not going to get Chase McCain's origin story. You won't get this. Only with Wii U and 3DS you get this definitive story. Even the cat thinks so. But yeah, you know, I mean, what do I think of it? I mean, it's great for people who haven't played it, but I think most people who wanted to play it played it on the Wii U already, and there's not much more to say about the game unless they were to make a sequel. I think it should have been a sequel. They should have just made a story sequel. You know, and then they wouldn't have to be held back by what they did with the Wii U version, because there is going to be gameplay that's going to have to change. All the mapping and stuff that was critical for the Wii U version, it's all going to be cluttered on TV screen. The UI is going to be insane. There's lots of stuff that's just going to be more or less like, see, I don't even know how they're going to do some of it. I mean, I know they will, because I mean, they did the same thing with Zombie U, whatever, but I don't know. I mean, I know people are probably going to dislike the video. People will say I'm salty or I'm being a Nintendo fanboy, blah blah blah. But it's like the same thing. Like, if, like, I mean, put it to you this way: like, there's games on the PlayStation systems that Sony has actually helped with. One game that a lot of people have wanted for a while on other systems is like Demon's Souls and Bloodborne, which Sony helped those. You know, Sony funded those. Those were Sony, you know, partially owned games. And if they, several years later, just randomly came out on the Switch and Xbox One, there would be a lot of people kind of, not betrayed, but sort of weirded out by that, as I am by Lego City Undercover. And I can understand why they would be, because, again, you know, you already have other games like the Dark Souls games that are multiplat. Just like with Lego, you have Lego Star Wars, Lego Harry Potter, all that stuff that's multiplat. And then this was a game that people complained about. Just like there's Dark Souls people who complain about fans of Bloodborne and Demon's Souls, you know? So it's like, but you know, the second those become multi-platform off of the PlayStation systems, there's going to be Xbox fans and Nintendo fans that are suddenly going to want to play those. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, you know, that's going to happen. And it's the same thing here. A lot of people dismissed this game when it first came out. A good chunk of people did, and, you know, called it kiddie, called it shovelware, called it whatever. And now we're looking a couple years later, and now people are raring to give it a go on PS4 and Xbox One and PC, and Nintendo Switch, I guess. But all those are going to be, it's not going to be this. This was something special for the Wii U, and I'll be honest, I'm not buying the new version. I'm not going to. I'm fine with this, and I'm fine with this. I'm fine with this complete story on my 8th generation Nintendo systems. And that's pretty much it. So, I don't know what else more I can say about it. You know, like I said, dislike the video. Go ahead, whatever, you know, call me salty when I'm just saying facts and saying my thoughts on something. I'm not bitching about it. Notice how I've never called this like stupid or dumb or anything. I've never used anything in a negative connotation. I've just basically said why I do feel a little bit weirded out by this move from Warner Brothers Games, because again, it was a Nintendo style type game on a Nintendo system that a lot of people dismissed. Now they're gonna gimp it on other systems and people are on board. It just doesn't feel right, I guess, you know. But for those who genuinely want to try it on their system of choice, cool to you. I hope you have fun with it. But me, it is a weird choice. I was hoping for a sequel at some point, but you know what they say, can't always get what you want. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Leave me a comment below, and I will catch you later.